Hey guys, what's going on? MaxFTE here, and today I'm back with some more Great League battles in Pokemon Go. Today we're going to be looking at the #1 ranked team on Pvpoke. This is from the top performers section, so this is just according to simulations and stuff like that. But yeah, did you also know that only 1.7% of people who watch my videos are actually subscribed? So if you're enjoying, make sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe, helps us on the road to 10k. But yeah, let's jump straight into the battles. So jumping into the first battle, we've got Cradily on the lead. I don't know why I said that so weird. Cradily on the lead, Poliwrath is the safe swap, and Skeledirge is the closer. For this open Great League meta, I just find Skeledirge such a good closer, especially with that Incinerate damage. It's just mental. Cradily on the starting, I think it's quite an underrated Pokemon. You don't see it a lot at all. I just have the regular one. I think maybe they could be playing using the Shadow one. I'm not 100% sure of which one is actually the better one. And as well as Poliwrath on the safe swap. It's a really solid safe swap with the Icy Wind. Obviously you can totally debuff your opponent. The only thing that you're sort of really going to get walled by is if the opponent switches into a Jellicent or like an Azumarill or that sort of thing. That's the only time you're really going to be sort of hard walled. Even the stuff that does quite well against you, like Psychic types or Fairy types, that sort of thing. You can also hit for quite good neutral damage with the Scald, as well as the chance of reducing their attack. Obviously, you know, that's sort of, if it's a fairy type that's not a Azumarill, if you know what I mean. But yeah, so as I mentioned, this was the #1 rated team on Pvpoke. If you don't know, Pvpoke is sort of like it's like the holy grail of your sort of all your PvP needs, that sort of thing. It's got all the rankings, there's loads of simulations you can do, sort of team building. It's just mental, and based on the sort of simulations that people were sort of trying out, this was the #1 ranked team. So we're going to be giving it a go, seeing how we get on with it, and it was a really quick 5-0, which I was really happy with. I have actually just recently gotten my ELO ranking as well, sitting around at the 2200s, 2100s just now. Gonna hopefully be able to hit veteran this season. Might even try for is expert the one at 2700? I can't quite remember. Either way, I do want to try and get up there. Last season, well, the past couple seasons actually, I've managed to reach 2600, 2700, but never quite been able to push it over the mark for reaching rank 23. This time, hopefully, should hopefully manage. But yeah, we've got the Icy Wind going up against the Vigoroth here. Gonna catch the move onto the Skeledirge, sorry, catch the Body Slam. That's gonna do nothing, and at this point I don't even bother tapping, just because I know that they had that the Obama Snow in the front. Excuse me, and that was the only thing they had left. Had the way I sort of like to play this team, or from the battles that I did it anyway, you might be able to hear my Go Plus Plus going in the background, sorry about that. Yeah, the way I like to play this team is, if it was sort of, it's for the things like Medicham, where both Poliwrath and Skeledirge can put up quite a good fight against it, I would normally switch out sort of earlier than this. If it was, however, something that if it was something in the front that, so for example, one of the battles, I think I had a Alolan Ninetales in the lead. Obviously, Cradily doesn't do that well against it. Skeledirge does amazing against it, and Poliwrath is just really bad against it. At that point, I would just sort of let the Cradily go, do what I can with it, and then just go into the Skeledirge. Once they swap to something else, swap into my Poliwrath. But yeah, it sort of depends on the lead how you play this team, but it's a very sort of grass, water, fire team. You're quite vulnerable to fire types, dragon types. I did have a Dragonair on the lead for one of them, which isn't the greatest. Obviously, only the Poliwrath is doing neutral damage with the fast move pressure, but there's a lot of play with this team. There's a lot of sort of neutral moves that can do quite well against a lot of things, and just look at the incinerated damage. That is ridiculous. I go for the Shadow Ball just because I want rid of this thing. I was a bit worried they were going to reach a a Ice Punch. Plus as well, I did overtop a bit there with the Skeledirge. Do manage to get the disarming voice off though, and we are looking good. But yeah, so yeah, this is the one that I was meaning, the Dragonair lead. So we can go for the Rock Slide. Oh, sorry, no, I actually switch out straight away. So I'm just going to go straight for the Icy Wind, but thankfully they try to catch on to the Skarmory, but I do hold off there. I'm patient. Going for the Scald. I do get the attack drop, and I think what I would do here is I actually shield up, and I want to say that I go for the Icy Wind and then try and farm all the way down. Yeah, so no, sorry, I go for the Undercharge because I'm presuming that they're not going to shield. Undercharge there, just managed to farm all the way down. I was really happy with that. Perfect undercharge. They're going to come back in with the Dragonair, and I'm going to go straight for the Icy Wind, trying to debuff their attack. This is going to do quite nicely. And the counter damage is really good as well. Obviously, Cradily and Skeledirge aren't really that good against Dragonair, both having Grass and Fire type fast moves respectively. So I'm going to come in here and just try and farm all the way down. I just know that Bullet Seed is going to be doing nothing against the Dragonair, so I'm going to, even though it is not very effective, the Incinerate damage is quite hefty. They're getting another move off there, and I let that farm all the way down. Thankfully it's a Lantern they've got in the back. If it was pretty much anything else, we would have been screwed, but we managed to get a Shadow Ball off there, and at this point one Surf isn't going to KO. I don't think even two would quite KO, so we're going to be able to just build up to the back-to-back Rock Slide and just KO them there. They're going to shield the first one, and at this point the second one's just going to KO, which is great for us, taking 4 wins in a row. Also got the beautiful snowy background, did like that. And Cradily into the Bastiodon, not the greatest matchup here at all. Thankfully, they do actually switch out, which I'm pretty sure they would win that. Obviously, Bastiodon is really tanky, so they do switch out. I'm not actually sure why they did. Thankfully, that means we can come in with Skeledirge, farm all the way down, and it means our Poliwrath doesn't have to see this thing. Plus as well, once they farm down with the Bastiodon, we can put our Poliwrath into the Bastiodon, and yeah, unless there's an extreme core breaker in the back, this game is pretty much ours already. So thankfully, they even use a shield on the Bastiodon from the Shadow Ball, which is even better for us. At this point, we can pretty much just counter it all the way down. There's nothing that Bastiodon has that can one-shot us, even two-shot us. We're obviously resisting both the Flamethrower and the Stone Edge, and they do have a Wigglytuff. I was a little bit worried. Obviously Charm can be doing quite a lot. Thankfully though, we do have 2 shields plus as well. We're going to be getting off the Scald damage. It's going to be doing quite a lot there. Just going to farm all the way down. Can go for a couple Bullet Seeds. Bullet Seed? That's the move, isn't it? And farm them down. But yeah, thanks for watching this video. If you got any team suggestions or anything like that, let me know down in the comments below. If you've got any I was waiting to say the same thing again there. But yeah, make sure to subscribe, helps on the road to 10k. Make sure to leave a like, and I will see you guys in the next video. See ya! Peace.